oh, I have a beautiful Simple Beauty eyeshadow palette that is out of stock, so you don't really have a chance to buy this. Cool, love it. So what can you do about that? Welcome loves to my YouTube channel. My name is VassaOlga. In today's video, we're going to be learning how to get a makeup look that was done with the help of one eyeshadow palette only, recreated with your eyeshadow palettes with different colors. And it's going to look pretty much the same. I mean, I'm pretty much sure that you can spot a huge difference between both of the eyes, and they're almost identical. There's like a slightest difference in shimmers, but they're almost identical. So if you're interested how you can manage to do the same makeup look not owning any of those eyeshadow palette, keep on watching and stay tuned. I always prep my eye with Wet n Wild eye primer or with NYX eye primer. Anything that works for you is going to be great. And we're starting with a very vibrant pink shade for my right side, and it's getting all over the lid to set it from primer. In the inner outer corners of my lid, I'm working with a brighter pink shade and then stamping this lower than the crease. Going back with the same bright pink on top, blending, and then with silver shimmers from the same palette, I'm getting this in the middle and on top of my brow bone. For my lower lid, I was using white eye pencil and going with a plum or burgundy color over my lower lid. Let's blend this with peachy color and add a little bit of Natalie shade, this is burgundy shimmers, in the inner outer corner of my lower lid. Add in black eyeliner, cone lashes with mascara, and let's move on with other eyeshadow palette. Well guys, this is my second time filming this video just because I am not really great with SD cards. They just die on me. Like every single time I have to film something or post, this is my all-time favorite thing to do, just to re-record the video. Okay, jokes aside, I'm gonna be showing you this makeup look, but with the help of different eyeshadow palettes. Okay, let's set a scene. Oh, I have a beautiful Simple Beauty eyeshadow palette that is out of stock, so you don't really have a chance to buy this. Cool, love it. So what can you do about that? Well, as an option, I'm going to show you that I have other 4 eyeshadow palettes that are out of stock and you still can't buy them. But this is not the point of the video. The point here is that every single eyeshadow palette has at least one color from Simple Beauty Painter's palette that is relatively similar. I want to show you how you can recreate the same eye makeup look with the help of other eyeshadow palettes. You don't really have to own this exact or these exact same palettes. You just have to know that maybe I have something in my collection pretty similar. That's how I was recreating a lot of makeup looks back in the day in 2016 when I had probably 2 or 3 palettes that had over 100 eyeshadows. You remember those small palettes, you know, just palettes with small tiny eyeshadows? Those were like maybe 10 different colors of green, though they were all looking the same. Yeah, that was it. That was back in the day. If you don't remember those days, cool. You have an option to work with great eyeshadow palettes. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Well, I did off camera prime my lid, and now we're gonna be working with 4 different eyeshadow palettes. The first one I'm gonna be doing is this Makeup Revolution Forever Flawless Constellation, and the color is going to be Venus. So Venus is going all over the lid because I did something similar for the right eye. This was the shade. I feel like the Venus is a little bit brighter than I want this to be, so what I have in mind is to probably mix the Venus with a little bit of white, but we're gonna get started with Venus first, and then we'll see. But when I was doing this makeup look yesterday, it did turn out a little bit brighter, but this is not bad, honestly. I'm gonna start from the middle of my lid, and then just gradually, I'm gonna bring this up when I have just some leftovers from my brush. It's very pigmented, and that was my main concern yesterday. That was extremely pigmented, so I tried to tone this down with white eyeshadows later, but you'll see yourself. Okay, we don't really need white, because I feel like I managed to get a little bit less color, so it's less pigmented. I don't really have a very beautiful JoJo color in the same eyeshadow palette, which we're talking about here. I should probably use some other palette. This one is BH Cosmetics Summer in St.Tropez, and let's work with shade Sizzle. I'm going to clean my brush from any leftovers of my previous shades, because I don't really have a lot of clean brushes, so I have to work with the same old brushes. I'm going to focus the color in the inner corner and then in the outer corner. Let's make sure that it's not really high, lower than the crease. I mean, it's very similar. Going back with the same brush and the same Venus shade we used earlier, and I'm gonna again start from the middle of my lid, and then gradually we're gonna try to blend this out. But I've noticed that Simple Beauty eyeshadows, they're a little bit more blendable. You can tell this one is brighter. That's why we're going to introduce white eyeshadows in this game. I'm going to grab a little bit from different eyeshadow palette. This one is Roxy Makeup Revolution palette. I guess this one is another palette collaboration. Let's go over. That is so much better. You can tell that the colors are a little bit softer. In the middle of my lid, I have two different options. You can still go with the same eyeshadow palette, and this is color silver, or you can go with this Makeup Revolution palette I've just shown you guys, and this formula, color sky. I really love Simple Beauty shimmers because they are different. They're more like loose pigment with additional glitter to it, and it's very rarely pretty. So with this color, it's more pigmented, and it's kind of like wet formula. Feels like maybe St.Tropez eyeshadow palette that has a lot of shimmers, so it's up to you guys, but let's go with this formula. We're going in the center. You can tell that this formula is different. For shimmers, I can't find anything suitable. I mean, it's still pretty. It's different, but pretty. Now I'm moving to my fourth eyeshadow palette. This is going to be color Storm. And Storm is going for my lower lid. I have this eyeshadow called Vinyl, I guess, and I use that for my bottom lid. But I guess if it's too, I don't know, like maybe too pinky, I can add a little bit of this shade. My recommendation is to purchase, I guess, some eyeshadow palettes that are more or less unique. I would probably purchase this palette and maybe something more brown where you can create smoky look. So you have pretty much a lot of orange and yellow and pink colors. Then you have plum shades, you have blue undertones, greens, some shimmers, and browns, and black. So this is pretty universal eyeshadow palette, and you can tell that I go back to this palette quite a lot over my channel. Like everywhere I use this palette, but still I use a lot of other eyeshadow palettes as well. It's up to you which palette to choose from, but I would use something that is pretty much universal. And I completely forgot that I have to get my white eye pencil over my waterline. I don't have many white pencils, so it's going to be similar for both of my eyes. I can use the same eyeshadow palette and go with peachy color, because in other palettes I don't really get a lot of peachy shades. This one is probably like too peachy. It's like more pink than peach, and this one is more peach than pink. So we're going with this option today from OPV palette. I'm going to tap it off, and let's blend out my shade. By the way, the blendability is really good if we're talking about OPV palette. This one is a little bit darker, so I guess we can add a little bit of Red Velvet. Again, we're going to this Makeup Revolution Roxy palette and the color Royal. In the inner corner and in the outer corner. Let's add this Essence pigment. This is not from any eyeshadow palette, it's just a pigment, because I feel like there's something unique about this eyeshadows. I mean, like shimmery shadows. It looks like a little bit of pigment as well as some eyeshadows. Yeah, that is so much more similar to this look. Real quick, guys, I'm gonna add black eyeliner on top, coat lashes with mascara, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm finally back with the final result. I love it. I feel like this makeup look turned out super pretty, but this is not the point of the video. Yeah, I've just remembered this is not the point. Actually, my left eye is a little bit more glossy. It's because of the pigment, I guess, silver pigment basically. And the color is similar, but this one is a little bit more cool tone, and this one is like coral pink, you know, like warm tone pink color. For my lower lid, they're identical. They're literally identical. I can't spot a huge difference, though, again, if we're talking about shimmers, they're different. They're super, super pretty. I love the shimmers, and I know I've been saying this over and over again, but I really do. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So I guess I gave you some clarity on how to work with different eyeshadow palettes to recreate a makeup look that you were drawn to. If you want to buy a palette that your favorite influencer is recommending, or at least if you want to buy an eyeshadow palette that has a collaboration with a brand, your influencer is collaborating with the brand, that's totally fine and normal if you really love it. But at the same time, I don't really know if you have to buy an eyeshadow palette if you have plenty of them and the one that your influencer is promoting is pretty much similar and you have similar colors. So it's up to you, it's vice versa. Again, a lot of my eyeshadow palettes, they're out of stock, and I purchased them when they were at discount because they were almost out of stock. And that is the main reason why I just play around. I try to see which colors are more or less similar to the one that were promoted in different videos, and that's how I go with the flow. Love you all so much, and I'm gonna see you in my next video, guys.